Hello and welcome, Sagittarius. This is your message, Sagittarius Sun and Rising. I was specifically told that this message is for the Sagittarians. I think you will know if you are the Sagittarian or not that this message is for as you continue to listen and feel and discern, if it's resonating with you and your experience or not. So before I get into any sort of cards, oracles, tarots, whatever it is that I feel called to throughout this reading, I would like to go into this channel that I was being given earlier, just about an hour ago, that would not leave me alone. And the reason why I'm even coming on here and sharing this message with you is because of that. I have not been doing any readings for anyone really other than myself, if even that. And especially not really here on a social media platform for quite some time. And there's, a reason for that as well that maybe I'll get into, or maybe will come through even in this message because it feels like it's connected as I say this. And, but I was urged earlier while I was eating my lunch to deliver a Sagittarius reading, a Sagittarius message to the Sagittarians, okay? And I'm really going right into it now, into this channel. So I will just really allow whatever needs to be relayed to you through my vessel, my being, to be relayed, to be shared, to be expressed, and trust in it. Okay, so the first thing that I'm being told to share with you is that, and I did hear this earlier as well, this is your message from Hecate. This is your message from Goddess Hecate. And I'm being told that it's at the darkest hour that this message is being given, which leads me to I'm seeing Scorpio energy, Plutonian energy, which we're in Scorpio season now, and there are many planets in Scorpio right now, including the sun. And I'm seeing November 20th, which is the new moon in Scorpio, just before Sagittarius season begins. So the darkest hour is Scorpio, Plutonic energy, 8th house energy. It's all about this death and rebirth, this transformation. It is the season of the dead. I'm hearing season of the witch. And so there's a reason that this message is being given to you, to me, and to you right now. At this time, I'm seeing the words of great transformation for humanity. This Scorpio season of 2025 is the Great Reset. Now, I know that I've heard this before, there are some political connections to that term, and I, in no way, shape, or form, am connecting it to politics. I don't follow. Okay? I'm just expressing what it is that I'm being given. So that leads me into what was one of the first things that I heard earlier, urging me into sharing this message, this reading for Sagittarius, is that what I just said, the Great Reset for humanity begins November 2025. It's like I'm seeing a button push, like a red button and a hand on it. Okay? Pushing this button. And what I'm receiving now and what I received earlier is that Sagittarius, you have known something all along. Oh, okay, interesting. I almost said all alone. I saw alone and I heard alone. Oh, alone, along. You have known something alone all along. You've been the knower of something for a really long time that many are just catching on to, or they still don't know. And it is connected to humanity. Okay, and there's something else that I was being given earlier. They're bringing me back to. And I told myself if any of what I was being given while I was getting ready earlier, before I recorded this, if it comes back while I'm sitting here, that I would just say it. And so there's something, the first thing here, okay, slow down. The first thing here is that you have known this thing all along. For some of you, it's 3 years. For others of you, it's up to 9 years that you've known this unfolding path of destiny for humanity. Okay, and it's leading me to what I heard earlier as well. What's connected to this? I'm seeing linked chains, okay? And I'm hearing it as like you linked these things that I'm about to say. You connected the dots, okay? You did. And it's why you've known what you know. I'm hearing and seeing the word sage. I'm seeing the word oracle. Okay, I'm seeing with the in front of it. The sages, the oracles, the wise men. Whew. This is so silly. Well, not really. It's actually quite brilliant. Beautiful, fascinating, and I found it a little silly earlier, but I think it's brilliant actually. And this thing that has helped you to connect the dots. So these sages, these oracles, these wise men, I'm seeing anime. Okay, I'm seeing anime. I'm seeing Avatar, The Last Airbender, Aang. I never really watched this, but I can see this character very clearly with this blue arrow on his head. And I think his name was Aang. And I'm also seeing a Japanese name. I don't know what this is, okay? I don't even know if this is real, if this makes sense. Please let me know in the comments if this is a character, or it could be a writer, a director, or producer of one of these shows. I'm seeing the name Yoshi, either Yoshihama, Yoshimata, or Yoshirama. Okay, there's something like that. Okay, and I'm also seeing Naruto. Okay, but the sages, the oracles, the wise men, and they're giving it to me like these are characters in these shows. The sages, especially, they're saying the sages. Okay, there's something about sages in a show, and something that they knew. I don't know how to. And try to express to humanity in the show, in the shows, and in these animes. But they're really giving me this again. They're telling me to move on, like that you understand, okay, even if I don't. They're telling me again the unfolding path of destiny for humanity. They're bringing me back to the sage. Those of you, this is why they gave it to me as the Sagittarians. This is not a message for all Sagittariuses. That's why they said to me, discernment of, you will know for sure if this is for you or not. But there's a specific group of Sagittariuses. No other sign is even what they're telling me that has known this for these 3 to 9 years. And it's almost like you are the sage. And I think I've heard a reader on here, Swimming Through the Void, who refers to Sagittarius as sages. And now I'm seeing the words on the path of the sage. They were giving me this earlier as well. But you chose the path of the sage. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Oh, awakened from a slumber, the awakened one. Awakened from sleep, from a slumber. But the choice was not involuntary. It was indeed a choice. This path of the sage, the one, the knower, they're saying the one who knows. The one who knows within. And I'm seeing the word prophecy. The seer, the knower, prophecy, okay? The path of, the chosen path of the sage, I'm hearing. But I'm seeing, this is coming through so fast. Bear with me. I'm seeing the word wisdom, and I'm seeing Thoth. Thoth, the god Thoth, the bird. Okay? In a temple. Okay? They're saying underground, active portal. And now they're bringing me back to the awakened slumber, the awakened one from slumber. Okay. So awakened, you were awakened from, now they're saying it has a disturbed sleep. Disturbed sleep. You were asleep. You were in a slumber. It was disturbed. Like, I'm seeing a finger like tap on your shoulder and you're like, like rolling over, waking up. But they didn't like just grab you and force you to come along on this path. I'm seeing two hands and saying like, like giving you these options as you awakened from this sleep. And it was like you chose, and that's where Thoth is coming in. I do know this story of it from the Emerald Tablets of Thoth. He chose, actually, to be I'm hearing and seeing the words, the wisdom keeper. And I'm seeing like an old like feather pen like writing the wisdom keeper, keeper of records. Now I'm seeing the words ancient Akashic records. Okay. Oof. This is so intense. Bear with me, guys. Thank you. They're saying I can move on, that you will understand. And now they're giving me a name. And I do know this character, this god. They're telling me not to call him a character. This god. Okay, they're saying Loki. Loki, okay. Loki. Loki. I don't know if this is even like correct. Perhaps you will know. They're saying you will know. There's a connection between, that's why they said it's called him a god, not a character, because there's a connection between Loki and Odin. Odin, Odin. And I'm also seeing now another god, and they're telling me head Orisha, Obatala. Okay, Obatala, Obatala. Okay. And Olorun, Olorun. But there's a link to all of these. Okay, deities, gods, in terms of purpose, the earth, the universe, and therefore humanity. And you, sage, the sage. Now they're telling me the planetary hopper? What? I'm seeing some like literally like hop planets. Like it's a playground. Okay? But there is something, and I'm seeing the word computer, and they're saying like a computer. They're saying but faster, but quicker. There's something that you've known, you've calculated, you've added up, you've done the math. Universal math, okay? Deeper than numbers, they're saying. It's universal math. And you've just kind of like been watching gracefully. No other choice is what they're telling me. This part is force, the grace that you have been told to give, that you have been told to have, is forced. Patiently waiting, I'm hearing. Patiently waiting for the unfolding path of destiny for humanity. And I'm seeing 9, and now they're saying year 9. Okay, year 9, 2025. And I'm seeing the words, it's a wrap. Oof. I'm seeing wrap it up. Like you have been so graciously patient. You have been so graciously patient. And I'm seeing the words now, the era of knowing, okay? For humanity, okay? They're moving into an era of knowing. But I have chills, full body chills. But you've already known all of this. And now I'm seeing the words, okay, your guidance is needed. But they're saying through your joy, through your joy. Okay, they're saying you are not meant to teach others anymore. I'm seeing that is not your responsibility. You are meant to be living in your joy. They're saying from here and now and here on out. They're saying to the end. I'm seeing the words, you fulfilled your prophecy. And I'm seeing hands go like this. You know, like, yeah. Ooh, I almost want to like laugh. There's something like funny. I'm seeing the words funny bone. Like hit a funny bone. Wow. Okay, so they're moving me into the cards. And they're telling me that you could have been experiencing like body aches, headaches, a runny nose, slight cough. Okay. I'm almost seeing this like someone feels like their like head's been like pulled back, like it's like a different vision is how it's coming through. You've been gifted. I'm hearing like a new set of eyes, okay, of the world, okay? And we have magic. This card here. I'm going to be using these. These are my Egyptian Oracle deck cards from a dear friend, artist in Luxor, Egypt, who gifted these to me a few years ago. But this card is magic. And I don't always use these, but I'm being instructed by Hecate to use them. And it says 22. So for some of you, it could have been, even I'm hearing like at age 22. And that could be 9 years ago for you. It's also what I'm hearing. We have 9 here. And this card is consciousness. But that could be your confirmation. Like of when you first discovered this. Okay. And for others of you, I'm hearing now, even that was 3 years ago, that you were 22, okay? Interesting. There's age significance with 22. I'm also hearing 24, yep. 24 here. Okay, this is fluidity. 3 years ago, you were 24. Okay, hearing. All right. Let's see. What does Sagittarius need to know? There is a reason that you are being given this also. Okay, there's your message. You're being given this also before your birthday. Okay. And I'm seeing 32 here on this call. Oh gosh. So you could be turning 32 this Sagittarius season. If that was indeed like 9 years ago for you, when you first really heard about this, came into contact, I'm getting with this, okay? Wow, we have 3 cards here. Okay, there's something here about, we have complacency, number 47. Okay, we have connection. And we have creativity, number 2. Okay, and so I was gonna say that the energy here with all 3 of these oracle cards coming out, we have acceptance at the bottom of the deck, which was the number 32 card. Is that you've been witnessing, but you've come into the acceptance of it, but like you've been witnessing over the last 3 to 9 years, a complacency throughout the collective in terms of their connection to the universe, their connection to themselves, their sovereignty. I'm hearing their being, and this card talks about being in co-creation with the universe in terms of one's life, one's experience here on this plane. And you've been in witness, the observer. I'm seeing like an eagle, like hovering above. Okay, it all like watching before it like swoops down. And you've come into acceptance of this. We have receptivity underneath acceptance. Receptivity. And we have 25. I'm seeing 2025 with this. But we have death underneath that. And balance. Death. Scorpio season. Plutonian energy. 9-year death and transformation. And I think I'm also I'm seeing it too, like with this acceptance that you've come into with this, because it's been exhausting. I think it exhausted you at one point. Yeah, I can almost cry. Like, wow. Just talking about the exhaustion. But there's some sort of like, I'm seeing justice with balance here. And we have 5, which is change, okay? And this is a spirit card. And so is receptivity, the white ones for spirit cards. And this talks about how there is like a justification, scales balanced here in terms of your receiving, in terms of your receptivity, which is bringing me to something that I also heard earlier, that I was given earlier by Hecate for you, is that I saw the words Cinderella, I saw the words rags to riches. And this is something that you've also known. This is like not a secret to you. It's just been like, it feels like, because you're still a human, like it's been a long time coming. Okay? But you've known something about your riches and those of others. That's what I'm hearing. Okay? You've known about your riches. I'm seeing the words millions, billions, and those of others. And you heard that, bird? Right. So you've just been watching, witnessing the complacency. And now it's like, I'm seeing this too, like this wave and this acceptance card. It's like there's no choice with something that is about to occur, that is already occurring in the world. It has to do with the economy. Okay? That's forcing people to accept this death, this transformation. And it's starting now, this Scorpio season. Okay? Especially the new moon in Scorpio on November 20th. It's very significant here. And they're saying it's I'm seeing that reset button being hit again when I talk about the new moon. And you know, this is, well, the 19th is, but and it will be in Scorpio then, the moon. I am guided by the moon. I lead my daily life by the moon's phase and transit sign. So I know we'll be in Scorpio on the 19th already. And not entirely, you know, a new moon. I think at that point it's a balsamic moon, if I'm not mistaken. A dark moon. But that is the point of, in some way, the new year. November 19th, November 20th is the actual new year, in reference to the ancient Celtic principles, practices, traditions, lineages. Okay. You're telling me to go into the tarot? Whew. So, yeah, look, I just split the deck to the 8 of Cups, Scorpio energy again. Walking away, leaving behind, transformation, new levels. What else does Sagittarius need to know? Are coming rushing in. I'm hearing rushing in. The Eight of Wands. This is all happening. There's something quite significant. I was also getting this connection card, but there's something about love, relationships, partnerships, marriages, commitments, that is, okay, this makes a lot of sense. Thank you. Venus is now in Scorpio as well. It's one of the planets in Scorpio, and it will be still at that time. There's a total freaking transformation occurring in terms of love. And it is shifting the entire frequency of the earth. And of course, therefore, humanity, the collective. And the planets, I'm hearing Uranus, okay? And I know Uranus is just moving into retrograde, back into Taurus, literally pointing to the economy. Uranus is the tower in the tarot. It's the sweeper of all planets. It comes in and does a sweep. And when it retrogrades, it's like making sure, that like it got, when you're like sweeping with the broom in the dustpan and there's still like some little pieces, like even though you swept what you thought was all of it into the dustpan, that's Uranus right now, like going back and like, oh, let me go back and get the rest of those little dust bunnies. In terms of the economy, in terms of love, Taurus energies, love, it's Venetian rolled. And it means it starts with the second house energy is self-love, self-expression, authentic, creative expression, which requires knowing that one is safe to be in loving connections, relationships. Because one loves oneself so much. One knows, one sees the value in self. And I'm hearing the words financial independence. I'm hearing financial independence. It's about legacy. It's about long-term building. And that this cannot be done. Uranus retrograding in Taurus. It cannot really happen, take place. Oh my God, they're just giving me an, I said it, I have to say what they're giving me. This may sound harsh, but it cannot take place if you are employed. And I'm hearing even only employed, okay? And I'm seeing the South Node in Virgo. And as I'm saying all of this, Sagittarius, like I said, it's something that you've already known. And let this be your confirmation. Let this be an affirming message for you. A kind of pat yourself on the back. Oh, I can't make this up. 2 of Cups. the complacency, that card is here, complacency, Seven of Cups, the illusion, the complacency in terms of connections, in terms of love, in terms of partnerships. I'm even seeing partnerships in, you are in partnership with your work. You have a contract with them, you're in a partnership with them. Venetian energy as well, Libra, okay? 7th house. And legacy, long-term legacy. I'm seeing homes, I'm seeing land, I'm seeing children, families, grandparents, grandchildren cannot be built, sustained, maintained through employment, through false connections. I'm hearing that they must be walked away. Again, this card is here from, we must up-level from this. And like I said, humanity, which you've known, Sagittarius, is now being forced to accept this. South Node and Virgo. It means the end. The past is Virgo. The North Node, the now, the present, the future even, is Pisces. The dreamer, the visionary, the creative, the manifester. The spiritually attuned, the intuitive one, the seeker. Okay. What else is Sagittarius going to know? I really see you. They're bringing me back to this about you being in your joy, and that is the way in which now going forward, can't make it up, that you be a guide to humanity. It's by you being in your joy, it's by you receiving and enjoying it. There's a new experience with the Hanged Man, a shift in perspective that is availing itself to you. Two of Pentacles in terms of your earthly resources, material resources, experiences. Star. Healing. Stardom, I'm even hearing for some of you. But this is no more. I think you've really given a lot. You've tried to be a guide with all of that grace, but that cycle is closed with the world here. And you're on to new territory, new experiences. You're curious about, I'm seeing you even being like, what do I want to do with this money? What do I want to do with this idea? Who do I want to share it with? Where do I want to go with it? What do I want to invest in energetically and materially? As the King of Pentacles. Oh. And who do I want to do that with? We have a Queen of Cups. A water sign feminine could be significant. I'm also seeing this as you really nourishing your inner feminine, whether you are female or male. You're crowning that, you're prioritizing that. And unapologetically. I'm seeing the words be quiet. So there's not very many people that are meant to know, like from your words, from your mouth, that this is happening for you. They're just meant to kind of like watch to see it, because you know the devil is going to be the devil. Does exist. It's doing what it's supposed to. Regardless, your joy prevails. Your joy persists. New levels and new devils. But there's really an energy of be quiet. There's some people who may want to be knowing. I'm hearing whispers, got their eyes on what's not theirs, talking about it, lurking. But that's neither here nor there for you. You're investing your energy, your awareness into what you're building for the long term. Your legacy, your love, yourself, your body. Okay? Your rest, I'm hearing. It's being a bit cutthroat, because I know you're quite compassionate, patient, and graceful. You want things to click for people. But like once you really step back out there into the world again, it's gotta be like in this energy here. Because you have worked, I can't even say hard, but like it's been challenging. Internally, I'm even talking about not even just what you've been masterminding and creating behind the scenes. I'm seeing, I don't know why I'm seeing the words in your layer. Okay? That you're excited and ready to share. You maybe haven't been sleeping the best, because like you've really been so itching to see all of this unfold for the collective, and to share it, what you're creating also, and to get yours is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing even to take, because you've known to take it. Six of Pentacles, it's owed anyways. Okay? But you gotta step back out into the world with this King of Swords energy. It's very much giving sage, protector. Wow. That's really interesting that that card just came out. We have the Five of Pentacles in the upright. But we have the Ten of Cups at the bottom of the deck with the King of Cups. And I'm hearing the words like naysayers. There's something about people who, this is also why these things like cannot really come out of your mouth. Let people sit on the bench and watch, because they're in this energy, that's still this frequency of the Five of Pentacles, which is lack. Woe is me, I don't know what to do, economy's shifting, how do I tap in with my creation, with my creative expression? What is an intuition? Like, that's what I'm hearing, that's the vibe. But gosh, how do I say God? Okay, God, I guess, wants you to focus on here. Again, it's your family, your love, your emotional fulfillment, protecting that. Interesting. I think there's like a specific message coming through. There's something coming through about a potential like reconciliation, because the Queen of Swords was at the bottom of everything else. And it could be that this feminine or this person may want to, they may be like clear now. I know what I want. I'm hearing like, I know what I want. And you know, it could be like that you see something, you know, for the future with this person. In terms of like children, legacy, home, okay, family. But I'm just seeing it as like a reconciliation with the Three of Swords and the Star. And the Five of Cups here. The World. I don't necessarily see that, yeah, that you're gonna be like, yeah, jolly-o with this person. I see the Chariot, which to me is like you're moving onward. And Justice. So it could be that you're moving onward with this person, or it could be that it's with someone else or solo right now. Because you've got things that you're passionate about experiencing, and that I see that you're just not really going to allow anything or anyone to jeopardize because of their, I'm hearing like shakiness, indecisiveness. You know the speed in which you're moving at now and what's coming with that. Okay. All right, so I'm going to wrap up this message with some last oracle cards. Okay, I'm actually hearing something about the new moon again in Scorpio. So let's use this moon oracle deck for that and see what is being affirmed for you, Sagittarius, around this time, November 20th. Which is right before your season begins. And then Scorpio for Sagittarius. Wow. My emotions move through cycles and connect me to my true. I don't see this as you. I have to be honest about that. Because we have this I forgive and let go with loving ease at the bottom of the deck. And I see that you might be I'm seeing it this eagle's eye again, and there's the number 9 on here, by the way. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah. Confirmation energies card. But I see that you might be in the observer seat of others, like moving through this. Moving through like this cycle of emotions, connecting to, embracing the truth. Yeah, this card came out. Yeah, confirmation there, okay? And it has something to do with them realizing their true worth, no longer being critical of their worth, what they have to do in order to receive, okay? And finally, like trusting their inner compass and unleashing their wildness. Wild woman, wild man, like authentic creative expression, and putting up boundaries with others. Okay, that tell them that they shouldn't go this route, live this way. Okay. And last but not least, ow, what a message. Thank you for making it this far. If you made it this far, why don't you drop a dark moon in the comments? Thank you. All right, so what? Wow. Oh my god. I can't make this up, you guys. We have Atlantis, and it says, believe in the bigger vision. It's like saying, you know what is true. You know. We have Atlantis, which is, I'm just getting it again, Thoth, the Atlantean. If you know, you know. Okay. We also have at the bottom of the deck that the details are being revealed. So there's like an unfolding of information, is what it's saying. The well effect, the welling effect, okay? And this is confirming that you are meant to be in this energy right now. I'm just seeing this as like the Empress. It says sweet water. Okay. Romantic, fruit bearing. Okay. You're meant to be in this joy, like I said, because you're aware of the bigger picture, the bigger vision. And oh my god, we have spring fruit, we have abundance, literally abundance, receiving underneath. And we have something is happening, something is coming right underneath the abundance. After the Sweetwater card came out, okay? When we're here for Sagittarius, thank you. Wow. Wow. And we have training, learning, new hobbies, and passion. You could be picking up like new hobbies. I'm also hearing like receiving from things that maybe were hobbies, started as hobbies. that you trained in over time, that you learned over time, that you're passionate about now. Okay. And also that this is a training and a learning for humanity to find hobbies, to tap into their hobbies, their passions, as the details, again, here's this card, are being revealed and unfolding, okay? That is your message. Thank you so much. Clarity. I just felt so called to show you that. I don't know why I'm just going with it. But thank you for tapping in. So much love to you. And perhaps I'll see you again sometime soon or further from now. But I just so greatly appreciate you. Be sure to subscribe, hit the like button, share this message if there is another The Sagittarian Sage that you feel like this message is for. And yeah, so much love to you.